Where do you see this going? Like, real quick, you don't have to tell me
Mhm.
your ideas, but are there other companies coming that you can see yourself branching off into? And then think,
Yes.
like, I don't want your ideas because keep them until you put them out, and then
Yes.
we can talk again. But after that, like, what do you have coming up? Like you said, legacy and things like that. So talk a little bit about that.
Yes. My next venture, like he said, I will not say it here yet, but it is major. It's really,
Okay.
really big. It's a big deal. So I can't wait to talk about that. But I will say when it comes to the apparel um, and the gift wrap, especially the gift wrap, I'm hoping to get that in stores next year. I'm
Okay.
thinking Target, maybe Walmart, things like that. And if not next year, eventually, I do see my products in stores.
Let me ask you what we call our rapid fire questions, just so everybody can get to know you a little bit better. Okay.
Okay.
What was your first job and what did you do?
My first job, this will say a lot about me. My first job was in fashion.
Okay.
I worked at Cato's, the women's apparel store Cato's. That was my very first job. I could never see myself working in anything outside of fashion. When I was that age, like I knew what I wanted. I wanted to go to college and major in fashion, but back then, my parents was like, "No, you need to do something else." So that's the only reason why I did not major in fashion, because I was told to take another direction. So I had to find something else that I didn't even really want to do. And here I am now, finally getting back to what I was meant to do. So, yeah, my first job was in fashion.
So let me ask you, have any of your jobs helped you hone your craft as far as what you're doing in your business?
Absolutely.
You don't have to say the name of it, but I tell people all the time, I talk to high school students a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, I'm just going to open a business. And I ask them first thing, do you have work experience?
Yeah.
And they look at me weird. And I'm like, everything I've ever done has helped me. I was
Yes.
in retail management. I've done a lot of recruiting work, contracts, things of that nature. I've looked at what they did right, what they did wrong. But I
Mm-hmm.
tell people, have a 9 to 5, at least sometime. I'm not saying keep it your whole life. I'm not saying
Right. Right.
the dream and the goal is to work for yourself. I completely understand that. But like, give me some tips or some tricks that you learned because you had a 9 to 5 that has helped you with your company.
Absolutely. It is very important. I think that's great advice that you gave those students, because it helps you to establish core values, right? Um, for me, I've worked at Cato's, I worked at Express. I worked at Express throughout my college, undergrad and grad school. So I worked at Express for maybe about 6 or 7 years, um, all the way through grad school. Um, and obviously, being in that industry definitely helped a lot with how to style people, how to um, have customer service when it came to people asking questions about garments and how does it fit. I learned about materials. I learned about ringing people up at the cash register, making sure your drawer is good at the end of the day. All of those things definitely help. Now, aside from fashion, I've also worked in banking. And my first job in banking was customer service. I was taking phone calls, and that helped tremendously when it came to how I want my customers to feel when they deal with my companies, right? So I am really big about going above and beyond, right? I absolutely do the most. Even my customers say, you know what? This is really awesome. We appreciate you doing this. Like, I will call them myself and just be like, hey, I'm so sorry. This happened, or whatever the case may be. I pick up the phone and I call my customers. If there's a delay with shipping because of the post office, when shipping was so backed up and delayed, I mean, that was a headache. but I picked up the phone, I called every single customer, and that they appreciate it, and so building those customer service skills through taking phone calls is what instilled that in me to pick up the phone and call my customers when there's something that could potentially be dissatisfying to them. So I get ahead of it before they can complain. If they were to even complain, I don't know. But I know how I would want to feel as a customer. Like, I want my products quick. I don't want to have to wait 4 weeks or whatever the case may be before I get what I ordered online. So I'm establishing those personal connections with my customers and just making sure they know that, hey, I'm working my hardest. I'm doing what I can. And without my 9 to 5s, throughout the years, I probably wouldn't have established those characteristics.
I also like to bring up what you just said. I think you even showed something you didn't say, which was work ethic.
Yes.
You were with one company for 7 years, and high school and college are some of the years where, as a recruiter and as somebody who was in retail management for 10 years, they're some of the worst people to have work for you. As soon as it gets warm, they're not showing up. I already know that. Like the first warm day, my high school students aren't showing up.
Yes.
Homecoming, my college students aren't showing up. And I mean that weekend, not just like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe not Monday. They're just not showing up.
Yep. And that's, again, going back to your previous questions about my I almost quit story. Like, if I'm in what I love doing, I just don't have that passion, or that desire to want to quit. I'm going to stick it out. And, that's one of the things that I think those, college students and high school students have is, they're just working, but they're not working in a job that they might see could benefit them in the long run, or doing something that they actually like to do. If you want to start a restaurant one day or have a food truck, go work in a restaurant. Go work at Burger King, McDonald's, or whatever the case may be. You go work in Express, you probably going to want to call in. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So find a job and something that you enjoy doing.
Could not agree more. Can't ask that one. It was about dating in the office. You said you married, so can't ask that.
No.
What is the best career advice you've ever received?
The best career advice I ever received was to do what you love. I hate to say that again. It sounds repetitive, but it's so important to make sure you're happy doing what you're doing, because if you're happy, then it's not work. It doesn't feel like work. You're constantly learning and building those stepping stones that's going to get you to the next level in your own business, if that's what you desire to have. If you don't desire to own your own business, then still doing something you love will help you to get to that executive level that you want to be at one day in whatever Fortune 500 company, or maybe you want to be principal one day. So you start off as a teacher or whatever the case may be. Just make sure you are doing what you love to do. And, you may get into that field and realize this ain't what I love. I thought I loved it, but I actually don't. So, just honing in on what you're good at and what you do a lot of, whether that, even if it, video games, okay, then you might want to get into gaming. You just got to find those things that you actually love. Turn your hobbies into your career.
You talked about family, you talked about work, and you talked about your companies. How do you wind down?
I wind down. I take a shower or a nice bath. I get me a glass of wine, and I turn on the TV and I watch my favorite TV shows with the door closed and no interruptions.
Okay, with the door closed. Got you.
I tell my kids, I'm like, y'all good? Y'all ate? You don't need no snacks? We good? Okay, y'all. Mommy is gone. I'm out. Don't bother me. Holla at your daddy.
I'm laughing because It is so needed. Like just that hour or whatever it is, I completely understand.
Yes.
Okay, so what is your mantra? Whether it's for you or for your company. I'll give you mine. Mine is, I say it all the time, your network
Hmm.
winds up being your net worth. The
I
people
like
you hang
that.
around feed into you, either they're going to take away or they're going to give you stuff to keep you going. What would yours be? And that's for
I
me
like
and my company actually. I like that. Like I only hang around people I've deemed successful or trying to be successful because then it also inspires me.
So for me, is confidence is your best accessory.
Got you.
So it's not apparel, it's not a garment. I mean, it's not a shirt. It's your confidence. You have to wear your confidence in every single day. It should be the first thing you wear or the first thing you put on, because one of the things that um, helped me a lot was throughout, life and throughout management, because I've been a manager too. I was managing in banking for over 10 years. So, I would get a lot of questions about interviews and how do you prepare for an interview. One of those things is no matter how nervous you are, if you are confident, those nerves won't come through. Or you have to pump yourself up, go in the break room or the bathroom or whatever and be like, yo, look in the mirror, I got this. Why wouldn't they hire me? And if you pep yourself up like that and you walk into that room, confidence is going to exude. And that's going to be the first thing people see and the first thing people notice. And whether or not it gets you the job, they're going to be like, you know what, she was all right. you know so that's my mantra. Confidence is your best accessory, no matter what the case may be, no matter what room you step into. If you are confident, then people won't have anything but great things to say.
Okay. Take your vacations or let them roll over.
Take your vacations. It's very important. Take your vacations. We all need the mental break. Take your vacation.
You are so right. I tell people that all the time. I
Yes.
worked retail management with like 7 months they had to pay me out.
What?
I'm dead serious.
Oh God, you are a workaholic.
I was. So I've learned that. I've definitely learned
Oh man, that was not healthy.
at all. What do you listen to on your way to work?
Well, it depends. I like a lot of old school, but I also like a little ratchetness.
Got you, got
It just depends.
you. Okay. In 2 years, I will be. How do you finish that statement?
In 2 years, let's see, I'll be, in 2 years, I will be still building,
Okay.
still growing, still learning. Um, Rapper's Delight will be sold in Target,
Got you.
in Hallmark, and Walmart, and I'm speaking it into existence.
Got you.
But yes, in 2 years, I plan to still be learning, and I hope to have a team built by then, and yeah, just happy doing what I love.
Got you. Got you. Got you. Well, thank you so much for your time. I so appreciate it. I learned a
Thank
lot.
you.
Hope everybody else learned a lot. Now, before you go, I need to know how I can get a trouble shirt because you have hoodies too.
Yes, I have
Okay.
hoodies. I have lots of colors. These aren't the only colors. I got a lot. So check out the website. If there's a color that you don't see on the website, you can let me know. I could probably customize it for you.
Okay.
But yes, so the website is www.brookderon.com, and that's Brook with an E. And for the wrapping paper is www.rappersdelight.shop.
Perfect. Perfect. And where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Brook_Deron. And also, you can find me on TikTok at Brooke Duran. I will admit, I'm trying to work on my TikTok. I'm not a big TikToker, but I'm told I need to be a TikToker. So I'm working on that. And for the wrapping paper, you can find us on Instagram at Rappers Delight Official.
Okay.
And also on TikTok at Rappers Delight Official.
Okay. Everybody go ahead and follow her. I'm definitely going to get some shirts and some hoodies, but then I'm definitely going to get some wrapping paper. I suck at wrapping, but I suck at wrapping gifts, but I will
That's all
definitely.
right. We have gift bags. We have gift bags too.
Okay. Okay. See, that's my speed. I can't wrap.
Yep.
First.
And this year we'll also have gift boxes. That's new. See, you're getting that exclusive. Nobody knows that yet.
Got you.
So
Got you.
you
I
got the
appreciate
exclusive.
it so much. But thank you so much. You dropped a lot of things that I think people will definitely learn a lot from when they're trying to start a business. A lot of things that we did not. Oh, let me ask you one last question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you wish you knew when you first started that you know now? Like one thing that I don't care if it, like you said, you might have done more research, but what is one thing that you wish you knew?
Gosh, it's so many things that I wish I had known. Um,
Okay, you can give me a list.
I wish I had known trademarking.
Okay.
I wish I had known website platforms. Because I started off using Wix, which is not a bad service to use. It is great, but if you are going to be selling merchandise and things like that, I would recommend Shopify.
Okay.
So I ended up transitioning my website from Wix to Shopify, and that was a whole thing. So I wish I had just started on Shopify.
Gotcha.
I wish I had known about outsourcing,
Okay.
delegating. Yeah, it's a lot, but I guess the main thing is trademarking. When you have a business, that's so important to secure the brand. So you put in so much work, and then all of a sudden your name is gone and being used by somebody else. So definitely make sure you trademark your business if you are serious about it. That should be the first thing you do.
Got you. Got you. Well, again, thank you again. Everybody go check her out at Brooke_Duran on IG.
Yes.
And then if we go to any of these, can we find everything else?
Yes.
Perfect.
So Brooke Duran on IG. Ladies, you'll love it. There's a lot of fashion inspiration, a lot of videos, reels on how to style your clothes, your wardrobe, maximizing your wardrobe, how to turn a skirt into a shirt, stuff like that. So check me out, y'all. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing, and good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And I will have you back on when you make your next big announcement that we talked about earlier.
Yes.
So we'll definitely talk again. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Have a good one.